My name is Tarun and I'm the former CARICOM Youth Ambassador for BELIZE. This video is in collaboration with the UNFPA Caribbean for the Youth Against COVID-19 campaign. As a young person who has dealt with and is dealing with anxiety and panic disorder, COVID-19 has been no help. In today's video, we'll talk about COVID-19 and its effect on youth mental health. And we're going to share some practical tips on how you can handle it and how you can help others handle it through these trying times. So why is talking about mental health during COVID-19 so important? We have to talk about it. That way we can take care of our mental health and look out for others who may be struggling. Taking care of our mental health in health and well-being is so important and is as important as taking care of our physical well-being. For many, they might not agree, but our mental health and our physical health are directly related. We all experience crisis differently. Some people become more anxious more easily, like myself, and others, well, they might not be as affected. These are all normal reactions. We will all have different reactions to crisis, especially a crisis like the pandemic COVID-19, and that is okay. So, is COVID-19 affecting your mental health? It's likely that pandemics impact us and our mental health directly, and it's normal. When there's major changes in our daily lives, when schools are closing, when we're losing our jobs, when there's containment, whatever it might be with new quarantining orders, it definitely takes a toll on our mental health. And many people may be just experiencing additional stress due to some of these factors. And maybe even because they know somebody with the illness or have lost somebody due to the illness or are in fear of catching the illness itself. Changes in our moods and mood swings is practically normal during these times, especially where your mental health is involved. Being sad, being worried, even getting angry or having difficulty sleeping or concentrating is a normal way for your body to respond to stress, especially during a pandemic like COVID-19. So, how do we cope with COVID-19? That's the question. The best way to cope with COVID-19 is to take care of yourself and your mental health first. That way you can help others. Remember, only you know yourself. You know your body, your mental, your emotional, and your physical levels the best. No one can tell you how to deal with these circumstances and how to deal with your anxiety and your stress and your mental health during COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, you know your limits. You can always contact the BELIZE Family Life Association, who have virtual counselors ready to help and to assist you if you need help. You can also contact the Community Rehabilitation Centers at 223-2716. That's 223-2716 for counseling services. If you are concerned about your mental health or the mental health of a loved one or someone that you care about, that's what you can do. So some more helpful tips for you and your friends to look after your mental health. Try to do activities that you enjoy. Some of the things that have kept me sane during the COVID-19 lockdown and pandemic, I love playing with my dogs. I have lots of dogs and pets. I love playing with them. I love to read. I love to watch movies. I like to get on social media and stay in contact with family and friends. Find out things that you enjoy doing and do that and help get your mind off of some of the stresses of COVID-19. Take care of your body. That's extremely important because that means you're taking care of your immune system. Find some time in your days to exercise, eat healthy, sleep enough, get lots of rest, and breathe. Stay calm and take deep breaths. Stress is evident during these times, so you want to be able to meditate, sing if you like to sing, dance if you like to dance. Do what you need to do to stay sane in a time where everything is just so out of control. So let's say you're experiencing anxiety and stress. Here's what to do, and here are some of the things that I do. If you are feeling overwhelmed during this pandemic, guess what? It's okay. Reach out to family members or friends or someone that you trust and just talk to them. Try to focus on the things that you can control, not the things that you can't control. Because if you try focusing on the things you can't control, well, that's a whole other story. Focus on the things that you can deal with, that you can control, and that you can keep at your distance. Having a daily routine also helps me, knowing that when I get up, I have a daily regimen and things that I have to do when I have to do them. That's also key because it gives you responsibility and a sense of stability in these very unstable times. If you're working from home, go ahead and designate a specific work area and talk to your family and tell them what you need to do and even instill some quiet time and quiet peace. By achieving the easiest task on your to-do list, you can always feel motivated. So what I do, I create a to-do list. I put the easiest things at the top and sometimes the more difficult things at the bottom. And I go ahead and I check off and it helps me feel achieved. If you're feeling unfocused, if you're feeling frustrated, even if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, be kind to yourself. This is hard times and it's definitely not easy. Now, what I want you not to do and to completely avoid are negative coping strategies. It's very easy to get worked up and overwhelmed and not know how to handle it. But negative coping strategies can become very detrimental, not only to your mental health and well-being, but to your body and to your immune system. And your immune system is what we want to keep up. Avoid getting angry and avoid doing things that will make you feel worse. Even though it's hard, sometimes avoid turning to alcohol or smoking or substance abuse. This can not only affect your mental health and mental well-being, but also affect your immune system. And overall, these things might just make you feel worse. Cyberbullying, that's a whole other topic. In a time when we're on our cell phones, almost all the time during this pandemic, scrolling through social media, it's fun to keep up with friends and family. It can also be an extremely toxic place. Don't share personal information about yourself or where you're at or where you're staying online. Think carefully before posting photos or videos of yourself or sending them to friends, even if they are being sent privately. Anyone can download and share and even change these things. Avoid engaging with hate and cyberbullying, and try to avoid trolls and bullies on the internet. That's a no-no, and it definitely doesn't help with your mental health. So now let's see. If you're facing all of these things, if you're having a challenging time during these challenging times, seek professional help. Our tips may help, but it's important that you seek further mental support if you need it. If you are already receiving mental health care, like myself, continue to receive that treatment and continue to access all the resources that you can. If you feel like your mental state is worsening, be patient with yourself. It's okay. It's absolutely natural that during pandemics and crises, our mental health, especially if you suffer with mental health, it is tried during these times. If you cannot access professional help, that's okay. Reach out in your community or somebody that you fully support and trust and talk to them. Noun, communication is also key. First of all, be aware of the needs of those around you and support your community, especially family. If there are many of you living in your household, it's very easy to get on each other's nerves being in lockdown together all day, every day. Come up with quiet times for each other. That way you can respect your own needs, your surroundings, and what you need to do when you need to do it. Don't give in to frustration or into violence. We should always try to communicate our feelings. Communication is key, especially with our mental health and our mental well-being. Use your communication skills to support your community. If you can't physically be near your friends or your family, use online platforms. Use your phone, use Skype, use social media, and stay in contact with your friends and relatives. So now, those are some of my helpful tips, some of the things that have worked for me, and I'm challenging you to make your own video on what works for you. I hope these tips were helpful. I hope that you learned something from them, and that if you know anyone struggling because of COVID-19 with their mental health challenge, I suggest that you make your own video and send it on to them. Share with your friends, share with those around you. Remember, it takes a community to heal. My name is Tarun Butcher, former CARICOM Youth Ambassador for Belize, and this was in partnership with the UNFPA Caribbean in the Youth Against COVID-19 campaign. Bye.